Hey, so this is from my last class. This is actually from Tony. Tony, how are you? There's a reason why I decided to take this. Okay, we did talk about it in class, but I thought I should also share with my YouTube audience and those beyond YouTube who watch my video, which, by the way, from the bottom of my heart, I am eternally grateful for. So, and the thing is, how do you survive CNA school when you have a bad teacher? Let's come back. Let's talk about it. So, what constitutes a bad teacher? A teacher who wouldn't listen, a teacher who wouldn't give you notes, a teacher who wouldn't teach you skills, a teacher who would not take questions. I mean, there's so many things, but then we have bad students too. So, but how do you combat this? So, this is what I told Tony and his classmates. First of all, you're going to have to do your due diligence. The teacher cannot teach everything. I mean, as much as you'll say, I'm a great teacher. But even in class, I tell you, I would love to be the all and end all, but life is a learning process, and teaching also is. I learn from my students a lot of times. They bring some information to class, and I'm like, and that's the kind of teacher I am. I'm very engaging. I overteach, I oversimplify, I pretty much spoon feed my students. But not everyone is like that. That is just me. I love to teach. I really love to teach. It doesn't matter if I'm teaching CNA. It doesn't matter if I'm coaching nursing students and my CNA students, for those who take private lessons from me. It doesn't matter if I'm just doing inspirational or motivational talk. I just love to impact knowledge. Why? Because I appreciate people who do that for me, because I also meet people who wow me. So that's just me. And people say I'm great. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. However, what do you do when you don't have a teacher who cares as much as you do? What can you do? Go to them with questions. Okay? So and so and so, I'm struggling here. You're gonna have to pull them out. Does that make sense? You're probably going to find a way to pull them out of this shell. Because first of all, I don't know why anyone should be teaching if they're not coming out of their shell. Because when you're teaching, you're a giver. You're a giver, right? You're a provider, so to speak. You're providing information, and we'll have different style of teaching. Some don't teach hands-on, some don't teach, some just lecture. I say that. And I've had both. I've had teachers who teach me, and I've had teachers who just lecture, just go through. So it's like, what's the point of having you anyway? I can do the job myself. You know, you're just getting paid for telling me what I already know or what I can go get myself, because you're not telling me. And I like the one that teaches me, that taught me. And so it follows that I followed that way. I love to teach. But when you have a teacher that doesn't teach, well, a good thing will be to ask questions. You're going to ask questions that would help them to probably up their game. Okay, you're going to ask questions. And sometimes maybe you should ask questions in the class. Try to reach them outside of class. Maybe they'll open up more. Maybe they're shy. It could be that. Okay, teachers are not superheroes. I mean, well, they can be. But what I'm trying to say is they're human just like you. So you want to ask questions outside of the classroom. Okay, you want to have a contact number or an email to reach them. I've also had students complain that some teachers will not email you back, and when they're answering questions, they're so lazy at it. Well, then maybe what you will do in situations like that is you're going to have to do your due diligence. You're just going to have to pull your own weight. Is it sad? Yes, it is. First of all, one thing is you're not going to call them out in class because you're already struggling as it is to understand the material. So why would you want to call them out to their own inadequate teaching style? You're just going to fail. I can tell you that right now. You've been rude. You've been unnecessarily childish, because I think that's been childish when you call people out and try to embarrass them. That's not going to get you anywhere. Okay, if anything, they are going to lash out at you. And maybe not necessarily in front of the class, just at your grades. Okay, you don't want to toy with your grades. But I think asking questions does help. I think also just telling them, saying, I'm really struggling here. I know this is probably like your style, but it's really, I'm struggling with it. I really want to pass this class. I really want to pass this subject. I really want to pass this course. Is there something, maybe you have materials that you can give me so I can study them, so I can better understand what knowledge or what information you want me to have. Do you see how you're doing that without necessarily calling them out? Look, you gotta be very, very sensitive here. You have to be, okay? That would be a good way. So they can actually, because people like that. I, for one, like that when a student comes to me and tries to learn more. I take note of students who are trying their best. I take note of students who are pulling their weight. As much as I give, I also want you to meet me halfway or midway. I don't want to do all the work. If I'm doing all the work, well, that's stupid now, isn't it? I mean, why would I want to do all the work? I tell my students this: I can't want what you want more than you. You know, if you're not appreciating, I tell my students this all the time. And I know I did a video, hopefully I'm going to remember to post it up. I talked about how to survive CNA school. First of all, I give notes. If you're not taking my notes, it doesn't encourage me. I'm doing too much. Clearly, you don't appreciate it. And if you're not giving me, if I'm not getting positive feedback, well, that's not encouraging. It's just like now when I tell you guys, I'm just going to pause now. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Give me a thumbs up and hit the notification bell every time you're here, so that you know that I'm uploading videos. Sometimes you need that, okay? So it's not that you don't want to. Sometimes people forget. But I also want to be appreciated. So it's the same thing when you're in class and you're giving information. You keep giving, and they're just sitting there like crickets and they're looking at you. My class, it's a very interactive class where you're answering questions. And I tell them, I won't be the only one talking. You also need to be talking. So if I'm asking you questions, you better be answering, okay? And another thing in my class they know is we don't laugh at people. Everybody runs their race, okay? Some people get there slower than others. It doesn't make them slow. It's just that one cap or one hat doesn't fit all, okay? So I'm not a proponent of, and they know that in my class, I'm pretty strict and structured. My students would tell you that. Laughing at people or dismissing people just because they didn't get to the place where you are at the same time as you. No, actually I'm very, very hard on those people who think they're better than others. You're not that special, okay? And that's just, it is. I say that. However, everybody is special. See, that's the point there. So yeah, so it could be maybe your instructor needs that one-on-one. It's just like some students do. I see them in class and I just let them know outside the class, like, hey, you can text me. We can work on this outside the class. And they really open up. They're like brighten up, just knowing that I'm going to give them the one-on-one. I'm not being paid extra for the one-on-one, but it's important to me to be part of your success story. That's just me. I want to be that person where, who knows, you become the president of the United States tomorrow. You're in some big, wonderful position, and you're like, oh, I remember Nurse Amy, or I remember Miss Amy who was my motivator. She inspired me, and she made sure I follow my dreams. I want to be that person. It's really my own dream. That's what motivates me. That motivates me. So so for those of you, when you become the president or you become WHO president or director somewhere, I don't know, an ambassador, so you better be remembering me, okay? Because I'll remember you. But yeah, so if you have a bad teacher, first of all, let them know you're struggling. Ask them for information that might help you to get the knowledge and the information they're trying to give you. That would open them up. Ask the right questions. I don't understand this topic you taught today, sir, ma'am. If you don't mind, please, can we go over it again? that would open them up. It wouldn't help you to put them on the spot or say, ha ha, you're a bad teacher, I don't want to be in your class anymore. Okay, good luck with that. But please don't do that, okay? But you're also going to do your due diligence. You're just going to have to work harder. Does that make sense? If they, for whatever reason, starts to give note, they bring in slides and what have you, it behooves you to take note of those things and please write notes. Okay, it's a lot to be teaching and giving, and you're sitting there with folded arms, and then it's like you don't care. Well, I don't care too. That's pretty much it. So hopefully I've helped you there. When you have a teacher that is not as invested, sometimes you can pull them out nicely, politely. Okay, just find a way to connect. There must be something, there's a way you can connect with them. Is it movies? Is it books? Is it songs? Is it poetry? I don't know what it is, but if you find a common ground, it might make them, again, be more open and more willing to give more of what they have. However, if you did all this and you're not getting anything, it's possible that they don't know. Okay, just because one is a teacher doesn't mean that they know stuff or they do research so they can impact knowledge. Because, again, believe me, I've had one of those. Not one, not two, but I've had my share. Okay. Anyway, if you got value, please go ahead, give me a thumbs up. I already asked for that. There's no shame in my game. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. And you know what? Feel free to share my videos. There are people who have reached me because of videos that have been shared. Please share my videos, share my videos, share my videos, and come back for more videos. I'll see you in my next video.